So this is a really big topic today. I'm going to talk about whether or not psychedelic plants cause psychosis. First, it's important to define what I personally mean by psychosis. Psychosis is essentially a state of consciousness where we schism from the connection to our reality, our base level consciousness. Somebody in a state of psychosis often does not know that they have schism. They're often barely aware of much of anything. And in that state of psychosis, there's a loss of control around how we typically navigate in our normal consciousness. So this might show up as somebody acting out, making noises, speaking in tongues, trying to act out in violence, run away, things like that, that often come with an urgency and just a schism from what we would call reality. From a shamanic perspective, these are common enough when working with plant medicines like ayahuasca. They're not, you don't have to go through a journey of psychosis in order to deeply connect with the plants, but because in our Western world, we have a deep connection, or disconnection rather, from ourselves, from nature. We're not grounded. We're not safe in our bodies. This often precipitates a psychotic break of sorts when working with psychedelics. But psychosis, by its very definition, at least in clinical terms, it is a temporary state. And from a shamanic perspective, it's not necessarily a bad state. In fact, shamanic perspectives don't hold that there's any bad states. There's just things that are harder. Psychotic events when working with medicines like ayahuasca are certainly not fun and not ideal. They're very scary, but they can be worked with in a really beautiful way if you trust the process of breakdown, breakthrough. But most importantly, what I'm here to emphasize today is that psychotic breaks are not the fault of the plants. They're a reflection of us as individuals and the degree to which we feel separate, the degree to which we suffer, that we are ungrounded. So it's not the fault of the plants when one of us goes through an episode of psychosis, either during or after a process of working with them. This is why, by the way, it is really important that we are respectful to their potency, that we sit in ceremonies with these medicines with people who really clearly vet each individual's readiness on a physical, mental, emotional, psychological level. Medicines like ayahuasca, wachuma, magic mushrooms, they are not for everybody, and they are certainly not for everybody all the time. A lot of us have to do some work before we're ready to sit safely with psychotropic medicines, and that includes learning to deal with the intensity that might come, to learn to have tools to stay grounded and to ride the wave of this intensity rather than resist and fight, which is the precursor to a psychotic break. So the fact that this happens with psychedelic medicines should not mean that we vilify them. It means we should respect them and do the work to do our best to prepare to sit with this intensity. There's just a bad sort of marketing message right now that psychedelics are here to save the world. Maybe they are, but we got to work hard to be ready to work with them because they don't heal us. They teach us to heal ourselves. So plants don't cause psychosis. Human beings and our schism causes psychosis. Sometimes what the plants do is reveal what is already there. They might amplify that woundedness that is present in the person, and because they trust the breakdown, breakthrough process. We don't often trust that, but it is how we sometimes learn and expand. So let's be clear that when these big events happen as a result of working with psychedelic medicines, it is simply a reflection of the depth of wounding of the individual navigating that, and it's temporary. Let's not treat these states of consciousness with so much fear, so much like avoidance, and instead say, well, okay, how do we move through this? How do we help this person heal? How do we get them back into a grounded, stable space? Because I guarantee that when that happens in the aftermath, if they're in an environment where this is welcomed, where there are people who are very educated about how to work with these energies, they're going to be better than ever. It is not a worst case scenario. It is a big old breakdown with an opportunity for an even bigger breakthrough. So psychedelic plants do not cause psychosis, they expose it. They expose it sometimes, and we can heal from that too. There's nothing we can't heal from. So thank you so much for listening. Please drop your comments and make sure to follow Plant Medicine People here, and we'll have lots more content like this for you soon. Mwah! Be well out there.